Today is August 5th, 2024, and this is your daily Half-Life 3 update. So I guess I gotta talk about this. And I'm not exactly sure, I don't fully understand everything that's going on, or, what all of this means. And, it's not my area of expertise. So if, you really want to know, if you're genuinely curious and want to follow all this stuff, I would of course recommend just uh, following Tyler McVicker, because that's just where I got this information from. I just watched his video a couple times. Honestly, I'm not like searching. He's always mentioning data mining, right? And, I have no idea what that is, but it's something he does. I don't do it. I have no idea what that is. So he's actually doing work for this, I suppose. But anyway, so I guess the big thing is that the code name for an upcoming Valve project was revealed to be White Sands, because I guess a voice actor who was in I think Starfield, actually. This voice actor had White Sands by Valve in their resume. And supposedly White Sands is the code name for HLX, which we've known about HLX for a while. There were two things. There were HLX and Citadel, which was also Neon Prime, which is apparently now Deadlock. I didn't know about Deadlock. This is the first time I've heard about this. Apparently, Deadlock doesn't have anything to do with Half-Life. I guess it was originally supposed to have Half-Life elements in it, but it doesn't anymore. I guess it would have Half-Life elements in it the same way that you can apparently play as Homelander in Call of Duty. I don't know how that works, but I haven't played Call of Duty in 10 years, so whatever. So yeah, apparently Citadel, Neon Prime, Deadlock, that's its own separate thing. Nothing to do with Half-Life, from my understanding. But HLX, we've known about HLX for a little bit. And apparently there's a chance that HLX is Half-Life 3. Everything that he's found through, data mining, whatever that is, points to HLX at least being a non-VR Half-Life game. Apparently, you play as someone wearing wearing the suit, the FEV suit, or whatever it's called. I think that's right. But so yeah, you play as someone wearing that suit, and there's Zen elements to it. There's also off-world stuff. There's Zen. They got the Zen gorilla that everyone's going crazy about, and the Zen jellyfish. There's also off-world stuff, which what that makes me think, and just going theorizing here, that the off-world isn't revisiting Zen, that the off-world is actually going to the Combine overworld, wherever the Combine originated from, or where they were before they came to Earth. Maybe just another planet they conquered before Earth. But that's what I would think off-world is, because if it wasn't Zen, if they meant Zen, they would have just said Zen. I think off-world is something different from Zen. But I just think we're gonna be seeing more Zen creatures and life forms, or whatever you want to say. So yeah. Now, personally, I'm not convinced that HLX is gonna be Half-Life 3. I mean, there's obviously a chance. It kind of would be sooner than I expected Half-Life 3 to come out, because I always I always held out on my belief that Half-Life 3 was going to come out eventually, especially after the release of Half-Life Alyx. Now, if HLX is Half-Life 3, I'm just saying that that would be sooner than I would have expected. Because I was fully expecting Valve to release other Half-Life games that aren't Half-Life 3. Other games within the Half-Life world. And I still kind of think, maybe it's that. I'm sure Gordon Freeman isn't the only person who wears that suit. Uh, but yeah. So I personally, like I said, I still lean towards it being just like some type of spin-off, right? Uh, but there is that chance it's Half-Life 3. It does seem like the time for them to at least start working on Half-Life 3, because I think a big thing that was always in the way of the development of Half-Life 3 was Source 2. So I think they stopped working on Half-Life 2 Episode 3 because they wanted Source 2 to come, and I guess they focused on Source 2 first. And then they started working on Half-Life 3, but at that point Source 2 wasn't, ready enough. So they stopped Half-Life 3 and focused on Half-Life Alyx. So I mean, it might end up being Half-Life 3. We don't really know, but it does seem like HLX, whatever that is gonna be uh, is gonna be coming at some point. I mean, I don't know anything about like video game development. I mean, so like I don't have a guess of when this would come out would be meaningless. I mean, I would highly doubt it comes out this year, but I mean I would also doubt it comes out 2030. They've been working on this for several years now. Uh, Half-Life Alyx was 4 years ago. So I mean, 2025, 2026, maybe, who knows? I don't know. I'm not really gonna speculate. Uh, I am expecting that there might be a co-op element of Half-Life 3 if they were to do it, because I think the thing we need to realize about Half-Life 3 is that whatever Half-Life 3 would have been was scrapped once they made Half-Life Alyx. Same thing with whatever episode whatever episode 3 would have been. Like that's you know, they released the Borealis episode 3 whatever. They released that script like Half-Life 2 episode 3, that version of the game is never going to happen. Just like the version of Half-Life 3 that they were working on in like 2015. That's completely different. So I think we have to consider how Half-Life Alyx specifically might change what Half-Life 3 is. And what I think, and this is just baseless speculation, I have nothing to back up these opinions or claims. I could see there almost being two games within Half-Life 3. You would have a VR Half-Life 3 where you play as Alex Vance, and then there would be a non-VR Half-Life 3 where you play as Gordon Freeman. So you could like pick whichever play style you wanted, and like characters, the characters would go on different journeys and then like intersect and work together at some point. And then you would have like the co-op element of that. You could have one person in VR and playing as Alex, and the other person in just non-VR playing as Gordon. I mean, that's just what I would do. I don't know. You kind of get the best of both worlds. I wonder if there is that expectation for Half-Life 3 to be VR after Half-Life Alyx. I mean, would people consider that a step down if Half-Life 3 wasn't VR? I mean, I would be absolutely fine with Half-Life 3 not being VR, because that would mean I actually get to play it. I mean, heck, I would be fine with Half-Life 3 being in the Source engine. It doesn't even need to be in Source 2. Don't upgrade the graphics. Just give us Half-Life 3 in Source 2, and I'd be fine with that. I really mostly only care about the story at this point. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything I forgot to mention. Uh, White Sands, if I remember my Godzilla lore, is where the Trinity nuclear tests were held. And so that's seemingly not just a random code name, because I believe Black Mesa was in somewhere in Nevada. I don't know, but just like the whole nuclear desert theme does kind of fit with at least the first Half-Life, which maybe this is a revisit to that era. I could see that, especially with a Zen presence. Maybe you're someone else in Black Mesa or post Black Mesa, and you're during that time period. Like the lead ups to the 7 Hour War. Which I wouldn't mind that as well. I would be annoyed. Of course, I'm naturally going to be annoyed if they release another Half-Life game that's not Half-Life 3. But I would be absolutely fine with it, and be definitely looking forward to playing it. But yeah. Tell you what I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to future updates where I gotta say there's no news. And then I get people in the comments that saying like, "Oh no, there was news. They talked about this." Like, no, I'm not gonna mention this every single day. Like I talked about this. I'm probably not gonna talk about it tomorrow unless I got something new to say. So tomorrow if I say there's no news, because like realistically there is no news. You don't talk. Whatever. And that has been your daily Half-Life 3 update for August 5th, 2024.